Welcome back, Rare Talks. You already know what it is. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. This will be an exclusive on Spotify, and I'm back with Rare Reactions. If you don't know what Rare Reactions is, it's a show when we do reactions to popular things that are out at the moment. And today I'm reacting to executions in Saudi Arabia. You're thinking, what the hell is this brother on? Well, I'm on some different stuff. That's what I'm on. It's 2023 and we ain't stopping. Yeah, I know people might have thought, oh, where has he been? Where has he been? I took a little break for a minute because I need to get my mind right. You know how the game goes, but Rare Reactions is back. And I'm going to be uploading videos at least 3 to 4 times a week. I'm going to be uploading and giving you new content a week. And today's Rare Reactions, we're going straight in, people, straight in. So listen, let's go. Let's go.
The number of executions in Saudi Arabia has almost doubled under the kingdom's current leadership. That's according to new research. And that's despite promises of...
You see, whenever the BBC News say, according to new research, don't trust anything they say when they say, according to new research. Because, bro, we don't know if that research, who it's from and where it's from. Does it make sense? But a lot of people just believe everything that the news says because it's BBC News. Bro, the news spread propaganda. There's a reason why they're doing this. And I guarantee you, if we chase the money, we'll understand. I bet you that they're not giving the oil for cheaper, so they're trying to get back at them. Bro, Saudi been executing, man, for years, blood. It's normal. In them countries, in the Middle East, they have the Sharia law where if you go against it, man, I'll dap your clock. Done. Don't play around in them countries. Simple. Like, nobody's telling you, bro, abide by the rule of the land. Follow the law of the land or suffer. Straight. Like, it's not something like, wow, like people get executed on the streets of London all day, bro. Just not through law, bro.
Promises of reform from the Crown Prince and de facto leader Mohammed bin Salman. A report by the campaign group Reprieve, shared exclusively with the BBC ahead of publication, also found that the death penalty has been routinely used for non-lethal offences in defiance of international norms. Caroline Hawley has more.
These are just a fraction of the hundreds of people put to death by the Saudi state over the past few years. Executions carried out with no warning given to their families. No chance for a last goodbye. Last year,
no chance for a last goodbye, bro. Like, I don't even get these people, like, these reporters saying it, like, bye, mom, I'm about to die. Sorry, son, see you later. Like, what? Like, bro, not even laughing at the people dying, but I'm just saying, like, what's the last goodbye gonna do? Like, I'm going to die. They're gonna execute me. Like, what do I need to be doing? Like, bye, mom. I'll see you in the hereafter. And my mom's like, bye, son. Have a nice day. It's our final goodbye. I said my final goodbye to my son, and now he's gone. Regardless of whatever he's doing, he's gonna die. I don't get it.
Last year, the biggest mass execution in modern Saudi history, 81 in a single day. Among them, Mustafa al-Khayat. Here he is with his nephew Ahmad. And here is Ahmad now with his father and brother, refugees in Germany. Yasser fled Saudi Arabia with his family after his brother's arrest in 2014. Yasser played us the...
Let me get this right. His brother got arrested, then he fled. Why would you flee something if you're not guilty of anything? I'm so confused. Why would I run if I haven't done anything? If my brother's been arrested, why would I run? Unless we've done something together. So this is what I'm saying. They never give the true story. Bro, if my brother gets nicked, why am I on the run?
Yasser played us the final words his family ever heard from him, a phone call to his mother from jail. When he'd first visited him, he said Mustafa could barely stand from torture. Yasser says he was still trying to appeal when he and dozens of others were executed for their part in anti-government protests, accused of terrorism.
Not only did they take their lives, they then intentionally maligned them, accused them of things they've not done, and they kept their bodies. We don't know whether they were given a decent burial. It's been a tragedy for the families.
4 days after Mustafa was executed, Boris Johnson arrived in Saudi Arabia and met the Crown Prince, hoping to persuade him to pump more oil to replace Russian imports.
What did I say? From the beginning, what did I say? I didn't even see this video. I knew that it had to do something with oil. Boris Johnson's out there saying, can you pump us more oil? This is the reason why they're putting this out there. Because something happens where they're not pumping them enough oil. He's gone out there to speak to him, and now they're trying to do them dirty. This is in March. The video says in March 2022. We're currently in January 2023. Why did they, if it was 3 days before, why is this thing only coming out today? A lot of you lot don't understand. We need to stop. We need to understand that foreign policies and getting involved in other people's business is always to do with money. There's money always at the root of all of this. And sometimes I feel like we don't actually understand this. Money is the cause of majority of problems on this planet when it comes to the government. They love money and they love power. They understand that money is power. So when they're not getting their money, they're not having their power, they're going to start tripping out and start making weird articles to turn the people against you. Even turn your own people against you. It's crazy.
Salman al-Lodi is a prominent cleric who's called for political reform, with millions of followers online. Painted as an extremist, prosecutors are seeking the death penalty for him. His son now has asylum in the US.
My father's arrest is really about the silencing of critics, silencing of those who can mobilize the masses.
So this guy is a well-known extremist that was calling people to go and do crazy attacks against other Muslims. So this guy, Salman al-Lodi, anyone who's a Muslim knows that this guy is an extremist. And extremism in Islam is haram, and we don't believe in extremism. And this guy is a well-known in the Muslim community, with the people that understand the deen. They understand that this guy he's one of the biggest threats to actually the Western world. You lot shouldn't be promoting people like that. Trust me. He's actually a very, very dangerous man in his ideologies. So it shows you that the BBC they'll go to any length to try and make their stories sound good. That guy is one of the biggest extremists in the world. That guy was calling to all kinds of weird stuff a few years ago that I will not mention on camera because I don't want to get arrested. But he was one of the full founders that was calling people, go there, go there, go there. So, yeah, be careful.
Change who can dissent.
The legal charity Reprieve has been cataloguing a rising trend of executions.
Saudi Arabia has a regime of secrecy around the death penalty. So you have people who were arrested, tried, sentenced to death and then executed in secret.
The Saudi embassy in London gave us a statement which didn't address concerns about how the country uses the death penalty, but said, "We understand that there are other countries that have different judicial systems and different views about appropriate penalties. And as we respect their right to determine their own laws and customs, we hope that others will respect our sovereign right to follow our own judicial and legislative choices." These men on death row were all tortured into making confessions, according to human rights groups. One, a child at the time of his arrest. For them and their families, the fear that any day could be their last. Caroline Hawley, BBC News.
Now, let me tell you why the BBC are very, very, very manipulative, and the propaganda is always real. They always push in some sort of propaganda, and this type of propaganda is very dangerous. Listen to what they said at the end. A child. See, they try to touch your heartstrings now at the end, like a child is put to death. Like, what's the child's name? Where's he from? How old was he? Like, when you say child, what do you mean by that? Now, Saudi, they did release a statement, and let me tell you the truth. We should respect any country's laws to do anything, because democracy, according to the West, means the freedom to practice what you want. But not every country follows no democracy. Some are dictatorships, and you do business with them, and you love them when they're giving you the oil. You love them when they're giving you the free money. You love when they're spending all their money in Harrods, in Knightsbridge, and keeping your economy going. But when they stop giving you the oil, you make up these weird things about them and make them seem as if they're monsters. And that shows me that there's always the news always has an agenda. So sometimes when you're paying attention to the news ain't really doing a fair job. They're just playing an agenda. And the agenda that they're usually playing is an agenda to try and demonize or make somebody look crazy. Now, they love England and the UK and the West love making other countries and other parts of the world look crazy. Like, what they're doing is wild. Do you know, yeah, in Saudi Arabia, under the Sharia law, if you get caught for killing someone, you don't get a life sentence, you get the death penalty. And I generally think that we need to start bringing in harsher punishments for these people going around with Rambos and stabbing other people's children in the hearts, in the backs, in the neck, coming out their chest, and then making songs about it on the internet. I definitely think that there needs to be harsher punishments. I don't think that'll be happening over there because people will be getting licked down instantly. So as much as we can sit here and criticize people, there's good things and there's bad things in everything. The West has the most ridiculous laws in the world. They're telling you right now, in the West, in the UK, in our schools, in London, things that we should be paying attention to is they're teaching our kids that, I think I saw recently, like Sesame Street, two of the guys are gay on Sesame Street. Bro, I used to love Sesame Street at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. in the morning. I would never let my kids watch Sesame Street knowing there's some gay thing going on. Not because I'm homophobic, but because I just don't want my children growing up. I want them to grow up with the same thing I grew up. Sesame Street is just Sesame Street. Why does it need to be sexualized into the context of a man with a man? When in Sesame Street was never like that. It was just teaching me ABC 1, 2, 3 and having fun and showing different things and a little bit of banter here and there. Where did it become sexualized? And this is why we have to be careful. The UK seem like, the West make it seem like they're the good guys and everyone else is the bad guys. I'm promising you, bro, the bad guys are not who you always think they are. I believe the bad guys are the ones that got the suits on, flying out to country saying, can you give me some more oil? I believe they're the real bad guys. But anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. Real Talks, you already know what we do, man. Bang.